Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am FITRIYAH from GIC TV, and you are now watching GIC Talk Podcast on YouTube channel GIC TV. On podcast GIC TV, we explain to you about Jakarta Islamic Centre's event on the last October 2022. And today we are going to discuss and make a conversation in English, of course, about international seminar, which is presented by a center and research for research, Islamic research and development of Jakarta, and well known as Jakarta Islamic Centre. And here we go. We have Dr. TAUFIK HIDAYAT, M.SC, head of a subdivision consultation and Muslim Ummah Service of Jakarta Islamic Centre. Assalamualaikum, Mr. TAUFIK. Good afternoon. How's your life today?
It's better than before.
Okay, thank you. And talking about International Seminar of Jakarta Islamic Centre, the rejecting Islamophobia through a Konsep Al-Wasatiyyah.
Okay.
What do you think about that seminar? What are the purposes of the event?
Okay, thank you, Ms. FITRIYAH. Would like to have this conversation. I think this is a good opportunity to me to explain why and how the seminar will be conducted or occurred in this next week, maybe. Perhaps around already fixed dates is around 26 October, and we have a hybrid mode. We have offline in some hotel in Jakarta, and also we have a Zoom conference or Zoom webinar. It's already distribute the meme or some. Before I talk the technical aspect of this seminar, I would like to address about the philosophy of this seminar before
the background,
before the purpose of this seminar. Firstly, as you know that United Nations has been declared or has declared the day of combat Islamophobia on March 15, 2022. It's not long before, just around 6 or 7 months ago. So we as the Muslim, especially we now in Jakarta Islamic Centre, who also represent the community of Islamic community in Jakarta. So we think that this kind of UN declaration must be welcomed by us as a Islamic community. So what is the form for welcome this kind of declaration? So this seminar is about to welcome or to joyful of the UN declaration. So it's about to spread or to speak out, to speak out about our voice about what is Islamophobia is all about, especially from our perspective in Jakarta.
So this issue still common, still good for nowadays.
Yes, because this issue is day by day, mostly Western countries still have a bad or negative perspective about Islam. So especially the mass media, also make a propaganda about how bad Islam is and how bad the Muslim is, and they're related to terrorism, the radicalism and extremism and something and so on, the terrorism, something like that. So I think we as the community of Islam or Islamic community in Jakarta have to combat this perspective.
Fight the issue
along the UN declaration that has been declared on the March 15, 2022, 6 months ago or 7 months ago. I think this is a good opportunity to us to speak out and to welcoming the issue of Islamophobia. Why are we not join this declaration
And
because
separate it,
as
issue.
as a Muslim, because even UN nation that has various races, various religion, they won't declare the Islamophobia Day or anti-Islamophobia Day. Why cannot we welcome that message?
Okay.
So that's the philosophy or the background, of this
seminar.
kind of seminar.
Okay.
Next,
That's it?
maybe
Okay.
you can.
How many countries and our embassy will be involved in this seminar?
We have already invited some, mostly around 10 and 20 embassies in Jakarta by letter and by email. I think the response is good. Maybe perhaps 50% or 60% of them will be participated on this event, on this seminar. And then we have also invite some foreign students, foreign academicians, foreign scholars to join this seminar by Zoom meeting.
To become participants.
To become participants.
So can you mention the embassy or the foreign people?
Yes, mostly the Middle Eastern countries like Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and then Bahrain, and some of Afghanistan and Pakistan, and mostly Islamic countries, and then also like Malaysia and others, maybe England. For Western country, we have already invited England, Germany, France, etc., etc. So we want to make some varieties on the participants, not only the Muslim majority country, but also the Western country. Maybe it's only happen by Zoom meeting, because the remote or the faraway participants, their country will be.
We are lucky because there is a Zoom meeting.
Yes, because
on the event.
this technology help us to narrow the.
We can reach other
the
countries.
distance. Narrow the distance, so we can have a same level of meetings, even though by just only using by technology. I think it's good conditions to us.
It's about the concept of Al-Wasatiyyah.
Yes.
It's curious for me. Can you mention why you choose, especially Jakarta Islamic Centre, choose the concept of Al-Wasatiyyah as a topic of the seminar?
As you know that Islamophobia is derived or is assumed coming from the negative perspective or bad perspective about the Islamic tenet or the Islamic law, Islamic Sharia. Mostly people only view that Islam has a hardline performance or hardline teaching. I think this is not balanced. So Rasulullah already mentioned and told us that the best things or the best like khairu umur is awsatuha, means that the best thing is in moderation, in moderate way. Means that we have to represent Islam in a balanced way. That's a wasatiyah. Wasatiyah means that we are umatan wasato, means that we are in the middle of the bad and
between bad.
Not between Nasrani and Jewish, between people who have already passed away before, that has some negative teachings. So we Islam coming to erase or to diminish that bad teaching from the previous religions. Maybe like Nasrani, they worship the human, worship Jesus. So, and then Jewish, they try to, make a sin to the God, and they very extremist in the field of religions. So this is how we make our teaching or Islamic teaching in the middle of that two religions.
Okay.
So means that Al-Wasatiyyah means that we are umatan wasata, that we will make example to the world, to the people around the world, that Islam is a peaceful behavior. Islam is never teach the terrorism. Islam never teach about radicalism, and Islam never teach something that very evil doers. So this is why the Wasatiyyah is the concept from Islam, from Islamic teaching. So we have to speak out. We have to send the message to the people around the world that Al-Wasatiyyah is a solution for this chaotic world, global chaotic world.
So in this seminar, next seminar, Jakarta Islamic Centre will give appear the face of Islamic, the truth Islamic. Okay, and what is the point of deliver of the message for the participant through this seminar?
Yes, I can answer that by using the purpose of this seminar. That, as you mentioned earlier, you asked me about the purpose of seminar. So for the participants, when they join this seminar, they will have some understanding about how the theoretical framework from the scholars, and to unveil the root of accusation toward Islam,
to uncover
and generating the alternative perspective to combat the Islamophobia view through the concept of Al-Wasatiyyah. That's firstly, and secondly, participants will have some enhancing the ties among the participants. So they will have some like silaturahim, and make a community, make some conversation, dialogue, and to work hand in hand and formulating the systemic efforts to follow up the next actions planned to combat Islamic phobia view. And thirdly, the last one, the purpose of this seminar is minimizing the irritating propaganda toward Islam, mostly used by the Western media, or also make a propaganda about the bad teaching of Islam. That's the benefit of the purpose of this seminar. So the participant will have these three kind of benefit that I mentioned earlier.
So everybody who watch and come to that seminar will have a same feel about Islam, and same perspective about Islam, right?
Yes, and Islam with a true face or true representation, not Islam that always been diverted by the by the Muslim itself, himself, or by the non-Muslim otherwise. This is the goals of the seminar, and so we have to make the face Islam in a true colors, not diverted way, not diverted perspective, not the other non-Muslim usually make some bad example of Islam. That's the goal
of the seminars. And you are steering committee too.
Yes.
In the seminar. So who will become the speakers of the seminars?
The seminar will have 4 speakers from the renowned or well-known scholars, and they very specialize on this issue. First, we will invite Professor Dr. Haji Dede Rosada.
Okay.
He's the academician, Muslim scholars in Indonesia.
Okay.
He will talk about the successful of Al-Wasatiyyah approach in Indonesia.
Okay.
I think this is a good issue. That experience about how Indonesia performs the Al-Wasatiyyah ways of life.
Yeah.
And secondly, we will invite this is international well-known ulama or scholars. Says Professor Dr. Salim Ulwan Al-Husayni. He will talk about the practical experience of tolerance and moderation of religious life in Australia.
Okay.
Why we invite him? Because we want to know about the condition in the other part of the world, especially our neighborhood countries like Australia. When he will talk about this issue, I think we will, uncover our mind and our souls about how the tolerance and moderation in Australia nowadays. Okay. And thirdly, we will invite also from Malaysia is named Dr. Hanif Bin MD Lateh. He is the lecturer from University Sultan Zainal Abidin Terengganu. He will talk about the Malaysia's experience in upholding the Al-Wasatiyyah way of life, because as you know that Malaysia is now become the one of the developing countries from Islamic world. So okay. I think we can have some perspective from them, so we can compare, because our tradition, our life, or our views almost similar to Malaysia.
Okay.
Malaysia, Indonesia is like a twin or like a twin brother. So when we know about how their condition, so we can make some discussion and then search the better way to implement the Al-Wasatiyyah way of life,
right,
to combating Islamophobia.
Okay.
And the last speakers, we will invite Dr. Sutrisno Muslimin. He is also the Muslim intellectual in Indonesia. He will talk about a little bit technical implementation about how to implement the combating Islamophobia. Like he will talk the urgent of religious moderation for Indonesian and borderless world society. He will speak about the action plan. How to step by step to implement the Al-Wasatiyyah to combating Islamophobia in this way. And later on, we will open the floor with discussion. We will moderated by Agus Idwar. He is the one of the good master ceremony and well known in television. I think he will deliver this seminar with excellent ambience. The participants will have some critical dialogue, and participant we will have good questions to these four speakers. That's the rundown of this seminar.
So there are 4 speakers on the seminar, 2 from Indonesia, 1 from Australia, and 1 of Malaysia. There are good speakers, I think. So when we have several information, so many curious we are. So the key question: when, where, and how the seminar will be held?
The seminar will be held in 26 October, offline and online. Offline we will held in the Grand Cepaka Hotel, but it is only allowed by the invitation. The participants that not invited by the committee cannot allow cannot enter the
venue.
The venue. So we are very sorry for that, because the limitation of the rooms, the hall is not accommodated all the participants. So to anticipate the interesting or the expression or the enthusiastic from the participants, so we extend the room by using technology, using the webinar or using the Zoom as the facilities for the others to join, because they cannot enter the offline hall or the offline room. So I think the time is the clock from the 9 o'clock to 12, around 3 hours.
3 hours duration.
I think with this allocation for these 4 speakers, I think this is good enough. Each speakers will be addressed their papers around 20 minutes something,
20 minutes.
And then around 1 hour will be given to the participants to the floor and asking questions about their papers, their speakers' papers. I hope all the participants will come on time, because this is very tightly close schedule, so they can those who already have the invitation, I hope they can come to the venue, to the hotel is around 8 o'clock, so they won't be late for the seminar.
Okay. And the last question, please give your closing statement to reinforcing or to strengthen about the events proposed.
Yes. I would like to invite all the public, all the concerned people who very pay attention about this issue.
Okay.
If you want to join us in this webinar or international seminar, you can send your text by WhatsApp, and then just put the text register.
In Indonesia or in
yes,
English?
Yeah, both language can be.
Okay.
You can text also daftar. Etc. Send it to 0818 427 770. Oh, yeah. I repeat again.
Yes.
Send it to 0818 427 770. So if you send the text register, this number will automatically send you the invitation link of Zoom. And then if you have any queries or any information about this seminar, perhaps one of you want to sell a books, or maybe want to keep some valuable information to us, you can send it to us by email, the same WhatsApp number that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
That's the technical of the seminar. And then the last closing statement that I would like to say, that I'm urge all of you to come this seminar, especially by using Zoom meeting invitation link. And if you don't know the invitation link, you can call us or you can WhatsApp us, because this seminar will give you a very excellent perspective, excellent knowledge about the Islamophobia perspective, Islamophobia conditions. So I hope after this seminar you will have some motivation, some knowledge that will motivate you to do something to your religions, because you have to do something if your religions accused as the bad things or bad teaching. That's not the Muslim should be just standing or stay away from the problems, just watch and then do nothing. That's a bad Muslim, I think. So after you join the seminar, after you participate in the seminar, I hope you will have some good motivation and good perspective. So you will move away from your comfort zone, and then you will have some, even though a little bit participation or some contribution from you is never mind. But if you can contribute even though a little bit, so that's Muslim all about. So you have a fraternity, you have some brotherhood in this kind. So you will good. I will call you as a good Muslim if you want to defend or to make a better perspective of our religion, Islam. That's my closing statement. I hope this will be understandable by all of you watching this YouTube channel.
Okay,
thank you.
That's the whole of the information of international seminar. So it's very kind of you, Mr. TAUFIK, and I'd like to say thank you very much for coming to our podcast today, and the very best wishes. We hope the seminar will run successfully.
Thank you.
And the participant will get the point of the seminar. And thank you very much for your watching us. Don't forget to subscribe to GIC TV, like and share, and leave your comment in this video. Thank you very much, and alright, goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay.